Hello everybody! Welcome back to Nukeshot Media and the Capital X NES IndyCar series. I'm of course your commentator here today, Zelkia, and we've got plenty of action coming up for you today for round 0 of the championship. Pre-season continues. We are here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna, Seca, Monterey, California, a legendary circuit. The first to ever appear in the Gran Turismo series from the real world. Got a decent turnout of cars, we'll go over them shortly. Just getting my notes together, the overview of the event, etc, etc. Gonna also check the audio. Yep, everything seems to be working on that end. So qualifying will be starting at 11:15 Arizona time. That will be in approximately 27 minutes. There seems to have been a random that joined. Okay, I'll deal with that. What a shame they actually got the Super Formula car. Imagine I accidentally kick the wrong person. That would be bad. There's your grid of everyone that's here so far. Fantastic turnout. Varied grid. So of course we've got Joe of the Fire from Team Simpact Racing, we've got Poctavian also of Team Simpact Racing, GWK Fury Cat, I believe they are with North Star Racing. We've got Alex here for the green team, Nukeshot Motorsport. We've got Chica TC, winner of the Blue Moon Bay 200. We've got Mateus also of North Star Racing. We've got Taters of Motorsport Republic X Capital. Ray Racer also Motorsport Republic X Team Capital. Jerome, can't quite remember what team Jerome's on. I'm gonna check that in my notes. But we also have Matthew here of the Skoda team. MEM Skoda Racing and Saint Lyric. Also gonna have to check my notes for what team they're on. I think Jerome might also be a Skoda car. Oh dear, Taters is going for a wild ride into the gravel trap at the second to last corner. Okay, back to the notes. Still a decent bit of time until we get qualifying underway. So preparations continue. A bit earlier than normal, I think, so should be all fine though. Yes, Fury Cat is indeed with North Star Racing. Jerome is indeed with the MEM Skoda Racing team. There they are in the Petronas sponsored machine. I believe that's a Braun GP inspired design there, sort of adapted. And number 44 they're running. And who else was there? Who was it that it was Saint Lyric. Let's see where they were on this. Not too sure. Symphonia Racing, I believe. Is that car 23? Yep, that is a Symphonia Racing car. Anyway, the week of bumping concluded a little bit earlier than expected. We've now got it down to 7 teams. Those 7 teams are Motorsport Republic X Capital, Nukeshot Motorsport, North Star Racing, Team Simpact Racing, BNR Racing, MEM Skoda Racing, and Symphonia Racing. Plenty of racings in that lineup. I believe that's 5 of them. We've also got a split of 3 Honda teams and 4 Chevrolet, so relatively even on that front. As for the upcoming qualifying session, what we're going to be doing is a 10-minute session for all cars. There'll be 2 minutes beforehand to apply setups. even though that might not be necessary with not using BOP officially. I think that might have carried over from the CGTC Championship, that bit from the rules. Nevertheless, we'll follow that anyway. After that, positions 7 through 14 are set, so positions 1 through 6 will then go into the Yokohama Fast 6, which is a 5-minute qualifying session, where they have less traffic to deal with, of course. And this is a relatively short circuit, 2.24 miles, I seem to recall, around that mark. It's relatively overcast at the moment, so the track temperature will be down. Let's have a look at some of the cars that we have here today. There is series organizer Taters, in the Dex Imaging Honda, Joe of the Fire in the Noises Chevrolet, Poptavian in the Need for Speed Chevrolet, Jerome showing some decent pace in this early part of the session in the Patronus Honda, I want to say? Yep, that's a Honda. Mateus in the KFC sponsored Chevrolet, Chica TC in the Valvoline car. That one is a Honda for BNR Racing. Matthew for MEM Skoda Racing in the Skoda sponsored car, number 71. Honda powered on board that machine. GWK Fury Cat, number 34 in the Motul sponsored car. I believe that particular sponsor package was Amuda's during the Blue Moon Bay 200, so interesting that they've swapped teams for this. Unfortunately, Amuda no longer able to take part in this. In fact, Turn 1 themselves seem to have withdrawn from the entry list, so a shame there. Alex in the BP Ultimate Chevrolet. We've got Saint Lyric. They are in the... God, if they were actually called Saint Lyric on the entry list. That's number 23, the Ziegler Automotive Group at Chevrolet. There we go. The only Symphonia racing car here today, unfortunately. Hope to see both of them out later in the season. We've got Ray Racer here. They are in the Evangelion Honda for Motorsport Public X Capital. Have we missed anyone? I'm going to do a quick scroll. Apologies if I have. I believe that's everyone that's here at the moment. Some of these guys getting a bit of practice on... Oh, there's a massive off there by Ray Racer at the top of the corkscrew. Going to be spending a long time preparing that. Holding the brakes. Don't know if the brakes will last with that kind of a gradient. But yes, some of them getting used to the mediums. That is part of the rules for this. Both racing softs and racing mediums have to be used at some point during the race. Minimum of 2 laps must be on each of the tyres. That's just to get around like certain rules of only doing a single lap on a tyre. So I don't think we'll see that. Hello to Lugi in the live chat. Nice having you along. Currently at 3 viewers. Maybe that will go up a bit later on. Still a bit to go. Going to use this opportunity to go through the usual. Leave a like, consider subscribing for the full season. This will be a good taster to see what we can expect on the road courses. It's the first road course that we've seen actual on-track battling. Yeah, so this will be a good representation of the order. Hello to Myth and United 001, that being Saint Lyric. Nice having you both listening in. Joe of the Fire goes off at, I think that was the Andretti hairpin. I was looking down at chat, so I couldn't quite tell. So, a few more stats for you while we wait for things to get started. 625 brake horsepower, 670 kilograms, so nearly at the 1 horsepower per kilo mark, but not quite. Tyre wear is set to ×3. Fuel depletion is set to ×2. Refuel rate 10 litres per second. And we're running 2 times nitrous for today, or overtake as it's called in these cars. As for the race length, I'm going to get that up. It is a 100-mile race, so a bit on the shorter side. We'd normally range it at 150-mile region. But that's 47 racing laps, plus the 1 out lap. That's why it's 48 officially. As you can see. Shouldn't be any rain today, mainly because this circuit doesn't have it in this game, but oh well. Don't actually recall that many occasions, if any, off the top of my head, where it's rained at Laguna Seca. A bit of trivia there, if any of you can find a time that it has. Let's see what kind of times we've been seeing so far in practice. A 104.396 is the best at the moment from Joe of the Fire, who's waiting in the pits at the moment. Oh, thanks, Taters. Did that bit for me. So, of the cars that are actually on circuit, Taters leads them 7/10 over Poctavian. We did see Poctavian on the mediums a bit earlier, but he's sliding about on the sand. It's another tricky thing about this circuit. No grass, but sand as you run off. That's not ideal. And this is before the extra paving that they've added in recent times, with the bit of extra tarmac runoff they have at Laguna Seca. It's not all tarmac, but there is a little bit more than in this version. So this is a bit less forgiving in that sense. Everyone seems to be making mistakes. I suppose best to make your mistakes in practice as opposed to in the race. There goes Taters off again. Perhaps also getting used to the dirty air effect. A lot of these guys will have been practicing by themselves, so not too used to the lack of downforce from dirty air. There's Chica TC in the Valvoline car. I believe they had different colours for the Blue Moon Bay 200. Good to see them back again. Jerome is actually top of the cars that are still on circuit at the moment, so that's an impressive time by them. They're on an outlap at this stage. Scrolling through more of the order. Hello again to everyone that's in chat. Nice having you along for this. the kind of compression that you're dealing with there at the bottom of the corkscrew. Incredible stuff. As Alex and Lyric get a bit close together, and Alex goes off into the gravel. Less than ideal. There's Matthew, and I must say that the Skoda cars, as he spins, oh dear, but yeah, the Skoda cars have actually impressed me since the Blue Moon Bay 200. I must say, relatively basic liveries back then, and Matthew still does to an extent, but it's deceptive. They're deceptively quick. Ones to watch, perhaps, as Matthew resets to the pits. And it's Chica TC that has put the pace a little bit, 105.009, top of the cars that are on circuit. Yeah, sure, I can spectate Fury Cat in the Motul Chevrolet of North Star Racing. Very Ferrari-like in the sense that it's sort of, well, that sort of darkish red. Making its way back out on circuit. Of course they reset to the circuit as soon as I change the camera over to them. But yeah, an all-Brazilian lineup for North Star Racing today. Roman Mateus, of course. Seen plenty of successful Brazilians in the real IndyCar series. Helio Castroneves stands out in particular. Of course, Rubens Barrichello used to compete in the Indy 500. There's a fact. And the two cars running close together. Making their way up towards the corkscrew this time around. Getting used to the weight transfer. It's a blind entry through there, so very tricky to get right. Working out where the apex is. It's one of the benefits of chase cam is you get a little bit of a better view over the crest. 6 minutes to go until the start of qualifying. Different paint texture to the red. Oh, okay. I thought it looked a little bit matte or satin almost. Pace continuing to be upped, but I don't think anyone's getting close to the time of Joe of the Fire at this stage. Ah, the Ferrari thing was intentional. Okay, cool. Alex finding the sand once again. So that's a less frequent occurrence during the race. It's going to be a very tricky circuit to pass at. I wonder if that's why this was made round 0. Because of the difficulty around here. Look at the marbles built up already. Just in practice. I'm sure the track sweepers will be dealing with that before the next session starts. Oh, that's a concerning amount of lag. Making its way through the final corner there from Matthew. There's Ray Racer in the number 27. That number's seen plenty of success on this channel, of course. The former number of Joe of the Fire. And 4/10 green for the first sector. It's a decent improvement there. Saint Lyric finding the limits of the brakes, going off at the final corner. A few cars that have just pretty much waited throughout this session in the pits, drove the fire, and Taylor's did a few more laps, but not too many. Fury Cat also in the pits at this stage. Okay, mate. Thanks for tuning in at the moment, and we'll see you maybe a bit later on. Octavian continuing to push the limits. Another thing to watch out on this circuit that a lot of the drivers have been having a lot of grief with is the anti-cut bumps. They're on the inside of a lot of these corners, making it especially difficult. Just using a smidge too much curb, getting too close to those bumps. You can see them. Bright red on the inside of the regular curbs. They can send you on two wheels easily, and I'd imagine in real life can flip the car. Thankfully not an issue that we have to deal with in this game. Seca TC continuing to set laps, as is Alex. Wind speed 4.2 meters a second. It's blowing easterly. So it won't be having too much of an effect on some of the straights. Maybe the second to last and last corners it will allow you to brake a bit later, but besides that, it shouldn't be having too much of an effect. Number 88, of course, for Seca TC, another number that's seen a lot of success in this series, or rather on the channel, being a TSR swap loop. So another one that I'll have to get used to with that. Preparing to reset the lobby then. Also checking Discord because inevitably I will be being atted by someone. That's always the case. And once we reach quarter past, we'll be getting this underway. Or I suppose it'll take a while to get this set up. This is what I was wondering about. So we're 1 minute away from the green of this particular qualifying. It seems that Matthew is the first on the pit lane. Oh, St. Lyric's going out. Okay, they've reset. They're all mediums for some reason. You have 10 minutes. There we go. Cars will be rolling out. It looks like it's Poptavian has jumped up to first. This is why we do these kinds of preview races, I suppose, is to flesh out rules, get everyone used to things. And I'd imagine that 2-minute rule will be removed. We'll see. That's mainly because the game resets your setup once BOP is on, but with this we're just using power and weight figures. So Poptavian is the leader of the pack at the moment. We're going to go on board with Poptavian for an upcoming lap here at WeatherTech Raceway at Laguna Seca. As mentioned, 2.24 miles approximately. Braking for the final corner and about to start a lap here. The wind has changed. It's a bit of a tailwind going down the start-finish straight through turn 1 and towards turn 2, the Andretti hairpin. Nicely done, using that curb on the exit. Switching back over, this particular sort of infield section, newer than the rest of the circuit. Reminds me a bit of a street circuit in terms of the way you approach those corners. Sort of late apexes. Bit of banking here at turn 6 and then 7 on the uphill. Now towards the corkscrew. Braking just before the crest, that way you're using gravity as a bit of a braking assistance. We'll also have that headwind for this particular session. And plunging downhill. A little bit of a lift through the second to last corner, and then the final corner hard on the brakes, getting the car turned in. Here is the first time of the session. It's a 104.571, and Joe of the Fire goes fast with a 104.440. Plenty of fours there. 104.996 by Jerome. Fourth place at the moment is Taters, 105.357. Who's actually going purple through that first sector. Matthew currently holds 5th place. I told you to watch those Skoda cars. They're sneaky fast. Chica TC currently 6th, 107.326. A lot of this is going to be trying to find a clean space on circuit. Ray Racer goes off, perhaps looking for a bit of space themselves. Mateus currently in 7th place. I don't think that time's that representative, and neither will be Alex's 121.5. St. Lyric making their way around, being passed by Poptavian, and Ray Racer yet to set a time, so they were one that waited for a bit of clear air, and they seem to have found it, but it won't be that competitive of a time this particular lap, going by the timing there. Indeed, not 111. Although that does put them 8th at the moment. St. Lyric and Taters close together on circuit. Puricat, they just had that lap invalidated. That's a bit odd. Oh, that was their outlap. Okay, so they're also finding a bit of clear air on circuit. Once the timer, that bit down there, reaches 12 minutes, that's when the checkered flag's going to be out, because of course we had that 2-minute delay at the start. Fury Cat closing up on Ray Racer. It's going to be tricky to pass through there. Ray Racer goes to the side of the circuit. Joe the Fire didn't improve that last time, but still at the top of the timesheets with that 104.244, and they're improving by over a tenth again in that first sector. It's a relatively short first sector as well, so impressive stuff. He's coming up to Octavian, his teammate, maybe getting a bit of a slipstream, but around this circuit, it's more of the dirty air effect that you'd be concerned about than slipstream. There aren't really any long straights here at Laguna Seca, as someone has span off at the final corner. Drove the Fire 2 tenths up. Is their teammate a bit too close? Oh, Joe nearly loses it! He gathers it up. Oh, I think he would have had a bit of a heart attack there. And he somehow does improve on the lap. And not by the 2 tenths we saw at the Sector 2 marker, but an improvement nonetheless. Wow. All these guys have to do is get into the Yokohama Fast 6, then we'll have that extra session with less traffic. So I've also got to keep track of who's in the top 6. That's going to be concerning. They trust me with so much with this. So Octavian's currently second, making it a TSR 1-2. Oh, bit of dust kicked up there by someone as we switch cameras to Jerome. Currently in third place. Taylor's in fourth. Chica TC in 5th place as it stands. And 6th place is Alex, who has just span off at turn 3. We're in between 3 and 4. They're getting out the way for... who's that? There's someone up the road, I can't quite tell. It's a red car. That might be... Fury Cat? Indeed it was. Who's currently down in 9th place. To me, Volkhead hasn't managed to get here on time, so I'm gonna send them an act. Hopefully we'll see them by the end of this. Mateus goes into the pits, so they're opting for fresh tyres. They're going to have enough time to do 1 lap on it. One of the benefits of this being a short circuit is you get lots of laps in. It's the opposite problem that you see at Spa-Francorchamps, for example. Jerome also goes into the pits. Jerome's burnt a lot more fuel off. Joe the Fire still top of the timesheets. Just clipping the sand again. I'll put dirt on the tyres, but we'll clean up. He's unorthodox line through there, so I'm assuming he's not on a push lap this time around. Just setting himself up for 1 more by the end of this, I think. Nicely done through the corkscrew. Octavian goes top of the timesheets by 8 thousandths of a second. Car number 10, the Need for Speed Chevrolet, 104.204. That is an impressive time. Will Joe be able to respond? We'll have to see. As I've also got to check where exactly everyone is in relation to the flag once it comes out. I think Ray Racer might be the first to get the flag. as they go off into the sand. Now I think Octavian's going to be the last one across the line. He's got to time this. He's managed to get across the line. Finish lap and park on. I'm not going to put on circuit because some of these people aren't literally on the circuit. So Octavian, currently top of this session. Joe of the Fire seems satisfied with just getting into the Fast 6. Jerome seems to have made it, as has Taters. Alex, not too far behind Taters. And Chica TC. There's some more going out on laps at the moment. I think Fury Cat might be the last one to complete a lap here. It'd be good if Ray got out of the pits, so I know what time they set. Okay, wait, 1:62. Okay, they're not in the Fast 6. So it's Octavian, Joe, Jerome, Taters, Alex, and oh, the stupid thing doesn't do 6 outs. Oh, thanks, Taters. You did that bit for me. I'll send him a thank you. Where is he? There he is. Okay. Back to editing the settings. How much time do they have for this? There's 7 cars on circuit. I'm concerned about that. Which of them is not meant to be there? I think it's Ray. Okay, here we go. Crunch time. I think Ray's just staying in the pits. Ah, there we go. So Octavian crosses the line. We have about 3 attempts at this, maybe 4. Nah, I think 3. Well, we'll see. But Octavian, top of the last session. There's going to be a lot less traffic, as you can see on the track map, but they're all still sort of together, apart from Alex, who was at the back of this. Octavian. Did he just disappear into the ether? What was that? It's weird. Taters here as well. Joe of the Fire, Chica TC, WRO Jerome, and Alex. Octavian about to start. Oh, they've actually already set a lap. Apologies for that. I'm checking Discord and stuff at the same time. So Octavian goes fastest, followed by Jerome, and then Joe of the Fire. So Joe not setting a hot lap right out the gate, by his standards anyway, but he has gone purple by 1.5 tenths through sector 1. Chica TC not too far behind. Taters, that wasn't a representative lap at all by Taters. 8 seconds off the pace, and neither by Alex, I think, who's 6 seconds off. Octavian lunging downhill with that second to last corner. That's pretty much just a lift for a lot of these guys. He may have gone flat through there. Wind direction helping a little bit. And across the line goes purple once again. Joe of the Fire crosses the line. He goes to the top of the timesheets. 104.083. What does Jerome do? An improvement, but not by position. 104.408. Chica TC jumps to 4th. 104.716. Taters with a 104.873. And Alex is about to go onto the start finish straight and cross the line. It's a 105.190 at this stage. So everyone apart from Alex is into the 104s, and Joe getting very close to the 103s. Could we see a 103? He's not improving this lap. Octavian will be next to cross the line, as I'm going to have to watch out again for the flag timing. No improvement that time around. Chica goes up to 3rd, 104.202, as everyone but Alex has crossed the line. Finish lap-hand marker. Right. Stupid auto thing. So Alex has already crossed the line, so they'll just be going round. Joe of the Flyer improving again, making his way downhill. Octavian about to come across the line. Will he have an answer? He does! 103.913. Does Joe respond? He does, but it's not quite enough. 104.035 for Joe of the Fire. No improvement for Chica that time around. Jerome neither. And Taters neither. So that is Octavian taking pole position here for round 0. Now, I'm either going to have to refer to the live stream or get a little bit of assistance with actually setting the grid. Uh, everyone but Ray is on circuit at the moment. I'll see if I can... Oh, have I not set it to the host sets the grid? Typical. Okay. Grid being set. Okay, everyone but Mateus. Okay, let's refer back to what we saw in the live stream. Apologies for the lack of commentary at the moment. I'm sorting things out. So it's Octavian from Joe, from Chica, Jerome. Where's Taters in this? There he is. Has this changed? This looks different. Taters, then Alex, and then the first part of qualifying. It was Mateus who... Oh. Who is on circuit now, okay. Then Matthew. Then Fury. Saint Lyric. And it would have been good if Ray stayed on circuit. Where exactly were they? I think I got everyone else. Oh, this is going to be a pain. Okay, 1.666 was the time off. Let's see. Okay, 7th. That's what I sort of gathered. Okay. I'm glad I managed to figure that out just about. Okay. Odds will be on the left. Oh, great. Okay, 5 minutes. So, now that that's sorted anyway, there's your grid. We've got Poctavian from Joe of the Fire, Chica TC, Jerome, Potatoes, Alex, Ray, Mateus, Matthew, Fury Cat, and Saint Lyric. And if Volked manages to get here within the 5 minutes, then they'll be starting in 12th. Does it say speed limits for this? Ah, okay. Three minutes until we kick things off. I mean, no idea, Matthew. I should probably check the YouTube chat as well while things are going. We've got a message retracted from Mateus. That's concerning. It's not looking good for not Ray, Volked showing up. Oh wait, hold on, someone's joining. Cutting it close. One minute to spare. Okay, and to check the starting grid, they should be starting at the back, yep. Everyone ready? Wait, why have I entered? Where's the option to start? There we go. Well, this would be a good test of procedures. now to get the actual locations for the doubling up and stuff up. Race description. Okay. So, we'll go through the grid once again. We've got Octavian starting on pole position from Joe of the Fire, Chica TC, WRO Jerome, Taters, Alex, Ray, Mateus, Matthew, Fury Cat, Saint Lyric, and Volkhead has just managed to get here. They're approaching the corkscrew. Double file odds left. And we're about to get this race underway. Round 0 of the Capital X NES IndyCar Series has got underway. Green flag in the air. And it is Joe of the Fire challenging around the outside immediately. He'll have the inside for turn 3. As there's cars going off at the Andretti hairpin. I think that was the Patronus car of Jerome. Cars flying off all over the place. Chica goes off. They drop down, but Octavian manages to hold on to the lead from Joe of the Fire. Ray Racer up to 3rd. 4th place is Taters. Mateus up to 5th. 6th place Alex. 7th is Matthew. Fury Cat up to 8th. Volkhead up to 9th already. As there's a bit of contact as Jerome goes flying off. They fall down to 11th. 10th place is Saint Lyric, and 12th place at the moment after that incident is Chica TC. They're on mediums at this stage, but it is Octavian who's going to lead the first lap here. I can now get the rest of my notes up. Now the start stump. Joe of the Fire manages to try and make a move around the outside. He's not as far alongside that time around compared to the first lap. And the WeatherTech 100 is well and truly underway. Everyone will be settling into their rhythm by now. After the initial chaos of the start. Hello to Flipsy in the chat. Nice having you watching along. Octavian leads the charge, going towards the corkscrew for the second time at racing speed. Lunging down. Ray Racer in very close proximity. A little bit of a slide from Taters. So it's a TSR 1-2 MRX capital 3-4. As that's a mistake from Joe. We're going to have to see what happened there. It seems more recently I've been saying it's rare for Joe to make mistakes, but it's been happening a lot in recent times. Let's see what happened here. Joe of the Fire. Oh, he just ran too wide. Underestimated the dirty air effect, and he drops behind Mateus in 5th place. He's on mediums at this stage, so a good opportunity to see who's on what tyres. So race leader Octavian's on softs, Ray's on mediums, mediums for Taters, same for Mateus, Joe of the Fire also on mediums. So everyone apart from Octavian in the top 5 is on softs. The next soft runner is Alex, followed by Fury Cat, then Ray, Jerome, Matthew. Chica's making their way back up the order, and Saint Lyric in the order group, or the Ziegler order group machine. Slide McGee moment there for Octavian. Fuel warning light's never going to go away, is it? So Ray finds their way into second place through all of this. They were not in the Yokohama Fest 6, so great start by them. Making their way up the order. Myths back to watching along. At the front of the field, it seems Octavian is gapping them a bit. Makes sense, he's got clear air, soft tyres. We'll have to use the mediums at some point. He's used a bit of overtake early on as well. I think that would have been from defending from Joe. Mateus, perhaps coming under a bit of threat from Joe. This sort of top 5 group has broken away from everyone else. Alex is doing his best to try and hold on to this. Fury Cat in 7th at this stage. I think the closest battles on circuit are for second, as there's a slide by Ray, and that's allowing Taters to perhaps challenge. Taters goes into the slipstream. Will there be a move down at the Andretti hairpin? He looks for the outside, and the two teammates. Ooh! Ray nearly shoving Taters off into the marbles, and he goes onto the sand. Ray on the sand, and they make their way round. Recovers that one. Meanwhile, in the background, Joe of the Fire makes up a place on Mateus. Mateus seemingly not getting the best of exits through that section, but has come back at Joe, braking on the inside of the corkscrew. What a move that was! Making the way back downhill. We're going to get a replay of that one shortly. And this squabbling's allowed Alex to catch back up. Joe closing in. Oh, there's contact! Contact again, and Joe comes to a screeching halt. Alex could be challenging. Joe doesn't quite defend the inside. Alex breaks late. Down the inside. And Joe goes off onto the sand. It's not been a good opening stint for Joe. Let's see what happened here. We're going to go on board with Mateus. Not a good corner there by Joe, and Mateus on the inside sets it up nicely. That's how you're going to see a lot of the overtaking here at Laguna Seca, is via mistakes from other drivers. It's going to be who's the most consistent that'll come out on top in all of this. So Alex is up to 5th, Joe shuffled down to 6th. We're looking to regroup. I wonder how much running he's done on the mediums. That might be what's throwing off his usual balance. Fury Cat in 7th, 8th place is Jerome. GKTC continues their charge back up the order, are in 9th at this stage. Volked in 10th place, with Matthew close behind. Oh, mistake from Volked at the corkscrew, misjudging that one, and Matthew goes through. Number 71 breaks into the top 10, and St. Lyric getting blue flags as Octavian is in close proximity. This could be chaos, as I think they've made a mistake. Yep, they've span off at the corkscrew. Got to be careful with the rejoin. What happened here? Was it just getting it crossed up? Easy done. Ah, in the gravel. Yep, just missed where the apex was. It is blind through there, so understandable. As Ray Race has dropped down to 5th. What's happened here? Someone's gone off as well. Yellow flag. Who's that? 4th place? 3rd? No, was that the lap down St. Lyric? They were being passed again by Taters. And, what happened here? Oh, they just... What on earth? That was bizarre. Too much steering lock, and they've gone off again. All sorts of chaos going off here at Laguna Seca. 10-second gap though for Octavian, who leads this thing from Taylor's, then Mateus, and Alex holding strong in 4th at this stage for the green team. Closing in. He's using overtake though to keep up with this. Ray and Joe squabbling. Unfortunately, we missed what happened to Ray. We're at number 27. Trying to fend off the previous user of number 27. Joe goes into the pits. This is early. So the Noises Chevrolet pit crew about to do some service on that car. I'd imagine new tyres for Joe, but I doubt the softs will last that long, will they? Maybe he thinks they will. Otherwise it could be a 2-stop for Joe. But he's got the mediums out the way at least. He's going to come out in clear air. And that is the first of the pit stops. Also Fury Cat into the pits. The motor car already serviced and on its way out. Will also be in clear air. As Octavian's disconnected! Oh, I don't believe it! Octavian, our race leader! Disconnected. I'm not sure what happened. You can see on the minimap the arrow is just static. That's indication of a disconnect. And I think that took Taylor's off guard there, as he seemed to make a mistake himself at the corkscrew. Unbelievable scenes. Now it's Taylor's that leads this race from Alex, and Mateus in a podium spot. Hello to Loogie in the chat. Nice having you along for this. Hopefully see you in the next race. The top 3 all still close together, but not in dirty air range at least. Oh, you don't know where to look with all of this. Joe has dropped to 7th, but is setting purple lap times. He's got the most clear air of anyone around the track at this stage. So he's looking for undercut of the century. He's also using the overtake to try and make up some of that time. Fury Cat, again, another one that made their pit stop early. They are in 8th at this stage. Matthew, yet to make a stop, but last time around set their personal best lap on the mediums, a 108.801. Volkhead, oh, just making a mistake running wide into the gravel. There's a car coming up as well. That's Mateus. May I just go around the outside? Incredible stuff. And St. Lyric at the moment in 11th. Has been trying to do their best to stay out of the way of people at this stage. Having a tricky time of things. It's a circuit that requires a lot of practice, to be fair. There is our race leader, and 2nd place has closed up dramatically. Alex closing in. Last time was a personal best, 104.973 compared to a 106.259, but they are on different tyre compounds. Alex is on the softs. Jerome goes into the pits. They're on softs. So perhaps a bit early there. Well, unless they're doing an extra stop. Chico's also into the pits. That'll be to switch over. As bit of a weave going off there. Weave McGee. Under a second between the top 2 as it stands. But Alex will be suffering later on when they have to switch over to the mediums. A lot of these guys have already started on the mediums, getting that tyre out the way early. I think that might be the way to go with the strategy. Who else is around in close proximity? Battle for 6th as Jerome goes off and Fury Cat goes up the order and Chica takes both of them. Wow. Let's see that one again. Let's go on board with Chica's perspective. There you see Jerome's the car ahead of Fury Cat. I think he may have just clipped that red anti-cut and Fury Cat follows them. And 2 for 1, nicely done. Good opportunistic passing there. This race has been brutal so far. Five tenths is the gap between Taters and Alex. I'm starting to think though that dirty air, as you get closer and closer, is becoming too much of a factor. Alex will be trying to pressure Taters into a mistake. Gonna go rear wing cam towards the Andretti hairpin. Alex tries to close up. Will have the better mechanical grip on the softs, of course. So perhaps this sort of middle infield section could be where he makes up the time. Oh, slight flip of the sand by Taters. And by Alex on the inside as well. Gap goes up. There's a little bit of squabbling at the Andretti hairpin going off here. This is 5th place Joe of the Fire trying to get past Volked in 10th, who gets out of the way by going onto the gravel. Of course, they didn't have any of the practice running today. And 1.2 seconds, the gap has gone up between 1st and 2nd as the Dex Imaging Honda makes its way towards the Andretti hairpin. We'll have Matthew for a little bit of company up ahead. Might be tricky to get past. Blue flags will be waving, of course. As Matthew does get out of the way of one, I think they get out of the way of both. That was nicely timed by them. Mateus, 7.9 seconds back from this battle. They are on the mediums, just like Taters. So we'll be looking to bring the softs in at some point soon. It's a case of how late do you go to keep the softs fresh for the final stint, but you also don't want to lose too much time by staying out on the mediums too long. It's going to be at least another lap for Mateus this time. Ray finds their way to 4th, and I think Joe of the Fire is closing in. Joe, of course, did pit stop. 104.108 improves that lap. That is the new fastest lap of the race. Good stuff. As there's yellow flags, someone has gone off. We're going to go on board to see who that is. It's through this turn 3. Who's that at the side of the road? I think that's Jerome. Jerome is retiring. They're at the side of the circuit. Oh, that is unfortunate to see. As oh, they seem to have left the track already, so we've missed the replay of what happened there. That's unfortunate. We've seen 2 cars retire already so far in this race. It's been brutal. And all this traffic has allowed Alex to catch back up, and there's a car coming out of the pits. Is it going to split them both? St. Lyric? No, Alex manages to just sneak ahead. Oh, mistake from Taters! In the sand! There goes Jerome from the lobby. Unfortunate to see, as mentioned. Taters really having to push to keep Alex on the soft tyres behind. And it looks like Alex is going to make his way through. The pass is made. Does Taylor's challenge again? Was there a bit of contact going into the corkscrew? He's now searching for a bit of clear air. Will be on the outside for the second to last corner. It will switch to the inside if he gets the crossover right. Certainly there was a bit of smoke at the corkscrew. That could have just been netcode. Alex breaking the slipstream. Taylor's on the overtake. Alex has used a lot of his overtake early on in this race. And he maintains the lead for now. There's a yellow flag in that section again. Between 3 and 4. Who's that? Who is that? Taylor's goes off. Another mistake. Losing time in the dirty air. Who is that up ahead? It's Volked. Teammate of Alex, of course. Should be letting both of these guys through with no issue. As Volked's actually span! Whoa! That was terrifying. Let's see if we can have an onboard replay of that. Just to see from Alex's perspective. So we know Volked spins, but really close to making contact. There goes Volked. And then spinning across the circuit. Very good avoidance. Scary stuff. As Taylors goes into the pits, they've decided they've had enough of the mediums. Alex continues on the softs. Where will Taylors rejoin in all this? Be interested to see in relation to Joe of the Fire. He's making his way through the final corner. I think Joe is going to be just behind. It's going to be close. There you see, going out the pits. That is Taylors. Does Joe get him? It's going to be close. We could use St. Lyric as a bit of a pick here. As St. Lyric goes off. Joe manages to get by, but Taylors holds on to the lead. Only just. Or net lead, I should say. Plus 2 cars per head yet to pit. And Alex does go into the pits. They'll be switching to the mediums, most likely, to the end of this race. It's expected that they'll rejoin at the front of this field. But it's going to be tricky to hold the cars behind with the medium tyres compared to the softs. Mateus into the pits. They've got softs to go. Joe might be regretting pitting as early as they did for the softs. They're already wearing out. I reckon it could be another stop for Joe before the end of this one. We're not quite at half race distance here. And there is Alex. Alex has dropped to 3rd. So Alex lost time. Or maybe Taylors and Joe gained extra time on the fresher tyres. And that is going to be tricky for Alex to come back from. Mateus just exited the pits. They're on softs. They're just ahead of Fury Cat, so the 2 NSR cars together. 5th and 6th. Mateus was texting in the live chat. I'm assuming that's during the pit stop. Oh dear. So, it is Taylors that still holds the lead in this one, through all of that. Followed by Joe, and then Alex. Top 3 still close together. Oh, someone's just span at the corkscrew. And someone's span at the corner before the corkscrew. Just looking at the mini-map. It was Ray that span at the bit before. Not sure who it was that span at the top end of the circuit. Trying to find who on earth it was. Apologies, oh, did I just have it? I think it was St. Lyric. Apologies for that. We're gonna see if we can catch this one again. So St. Lyric, it was Mateus going by. And, oh, gets air, misjudges the corkscrew. And then Ray, carrying way too much speed, gathers it up, doesn't spin. Oh, but did there. That'll warm up the tyres. Personal best lap by Taters that time around, 104.636. Faster than what Joe did. Joe's tyres are wearing out considerably. And Alex, 2.6 back. Joe is still able to go faster on his worn softs compared to Alex on the new mediums. Seca, remember, was at the very back of the field early on from an incident where they went off. So a recovery to 4th is extremely impressive, and they're really using the limits of the circuit and then some. Just overshoots the corkscrew a little bit. Got to adjust your braking points as the tyres wear. Some of these might need a bit of extra fuel as well. You see the dust hanging in the air. The amount of cars that have been off. Someone is in the pits. Who is that? It is St. Lyric, who is in the pits. They're making their way out of the pits now. They're going to rejoin around where Volked is. Who's the car behind Volked? Is that a race leader? No. I think it is possibly Mateus in that area. Oh, there's Volked now being passed by Chica TC. Chica using a bit of the overtake to overtake. That's what it's there for. 2.4 seconds, and that is a... last time around was the fastest lap of the race, a 104.106 by race leader Taters. As the fuel burns off, that car will be getting quicker and quicker, and the soft should actually last longer and longer with less weight in the car. He's purple through that first sector by just under half a tenth. Okay, Myth, thanks for tuning in again. Maybe you'll catch up with the rest of the race afterwards. All live streams, of course, are available in the live tab on the channel. Someone has gone off again. I'm not sure who that is. Oh, it's St. Lyric. As Volked goes into the pits. What happened here then? St. Lyric making his way through and really just on the throttle too early, I think there. Understeered off. Something happened. It's got an indicator on. We're into the 103s in race trim. 103.953 for Taters. Followed by Joe after fire. And Alex has dropped back considerably. It doesn't seem to be an anomaly. No, there is. Lap 24. He seems to have lost a chunk of time there, so perhaps a mistake of getting caught up in traffic. Joe's going to have difficulty keeping up with this pace. In fact, we could see Joe into the pits at any point. If you're enjoying the live stream, be sure to leave a like, consider subscribing for the full season. Joe makes his way past Volked. We're past the half distance marker at this stage. Mateus continues to up their pace. 105.407 last time around, that was a personal best. They should be okay to get to the end on those softs. Fury Cat, I think, will be coming into the pits soon. Have they actually made a pit stop yet? No, they must have. They must have. They start on mediums. Well, we'll find out later on in this. Ray. Pretty much back to where they started then. Yep, they started in 7th. They are currently 7th. And 19 seconds now to Fury Cat up the road. Matthew on very worn mediums. This is a car that I don't think has made a pit stop yet. It's like a heat haze. I don't think it's the dust anymore. Through that corner. Oh, big off! There's been a big off. It's Ray. The gravel slows them down, keeps them out the wall. There's Volkhead battling with St. Lyric. They're on different laps, I believe. Oh, and Alex makes their way past. Oh, race leader's off! The race leader's off! We've just caught that, and there goes Joe! Joe looks around the outside and they get it done! Wow, we cut to that camera right at the right time for us, wrong time for Taters. What happened here? Was it just the classic running wide, or did they hit the inside curb? They understeered off like they hit the inside anti-cut curb. Or maybe they opened the steering just to try and avoid it, but ends up going off instead. That drops them behind Joe. There is no certainty in any of this. Joe still likely to make a stop. There's no way he's doing 18 odd laps on these tyres. Knowing Joe, he must have ran the calculations and figured out that a 2-stop will be faster. There's more chaos. I think that's the 2 Nukeshot cars side by side. Alex going another lap ahead of Volkhead. Checking in on some of the other down the order. Fury Cat closing in on St. Lyric round the outside. Oh, a little bit deep. Gets it done though. There's a car going into the pits. That is Joe. Joe into the pits. This will be for another set of softs, no doubt. And that allows Taters back into the lead of the race. How much time is Joe going to lose? Where's Alex in all this? Alex is making his way through the second to last corner. And the last corner now. Joe's also been on a relatively light fuel load by doing this strategy. Chica TC also into the pits. There's Joe fueling up. Alex has gone by. He's already through the Andretti hairpin. Joe making his way through. I think he's just ahead of Mateus yet. So well timed. And let's see where Chica is. Chica is still in the pits. And Fury Cat also went into the pits that time around. Still has a bit of fueling to go. New tyres on the Motul sponsored Chevrolet. Matthew also goes into the pits. They were on mediums. They'll be going on to softs. Everyone seemingly trusting Joe's calculations and following him in. What strategy is Taters on compared to Joe and Alex? Well, I believe both Taters and Alex are on the one stop, as they see Joe going by to put a lap on some of these guys. Mateus there, close proximity. Matthew's going to rejoin just behind this group. So yeah, the top two are on one stops, and most of the people behind seem to be on twos. There's a little bit of a mistake from Taters. There's 23 seconds over Alex. I think Alex has made a mistake on that last lap. Joe has closed in significantly. Alex is on the mediums. The tyres will be good to go to the end from here, but just won't have the pace. And Joe is looking to go around the outside. He'll switch to the inside and he can't quite get that one done. Does he try the crossover, making his way towards the final corner? Settles in. Alex is running out of overtake, and Joe is using it. Alex is shoving him towards the wall. Joe has the inside. I think he's got this one done. Indeed, he does so. The wind helping out with not only slipstreaming but being late on the brakes going into the Andretti hairpin. And despite that battling, Joe has gone purple through the first sector. Look at the minimap, there's mistakes happening all over the place. Someone in between 3 and 4 once again. As Ray goes sliding. More Slide McGee action. Taters goes into the pits. This is an interesting call. Perhaps Taters is betting on he's not going to be able to hold Joe behind and that Joe will catch up. So he's making the decision early. Making that pit stop. That promotes Joe the Fire back to the lead of the race. There goes Alex as well, past. And Mateus. So I think Taters going to be behind Mateus. And only a 1 second gap between Alex and Mateus, and 0.6 or so behind Mateus is Taters. Yellow flags. What's happening? Someone has gone off wildly at turn 6, I believe, as Mateus is past. And there's a 3 second penalty for Taters. That'll be for passing under yellow flags. Oh, a costly mistake. He'll slow down. He'll drop behind Mateus, certainly. We're going to see an onboard. There you see on the mini-map, someone went off. There's the yellow flags. And here's the pass. Who was it? Oh, reversing onto the circuit! It's St. Lyric. There was the pass. And the 3 seconds for passing under yellow. Not often we see that one. In fact, I think that's the only time penalty you can get in this particular series, because track limit penalties are off, they're manually monitored, and of course incidents dealt with the stewards on individual basis. That's really put Taters out of this one, I think. He's using the overtake to try and catch up, but he's 4.5 seconds back from Mateus. 5.6. And increasing is the gap that Joe has over Alex, and Alex is on mediums, so he's not going to be making any sort of inroads. If anything, Mateus is going to be catching up. We're going to check these laps to see what they are. 106.476 goes against a 106.070. Mateus is indeed closing up. A bit further down the order, we're checking in. Chica TC holding on to 5th place as it stands. Fury Cat in 6th. Gap to the car ahead and the car behind. Ray finds himself in 7th, using some of that overtake. They've taken quite a lot of the overtake in this latter stage of the race. Perhaps, I see why. The fuel. Of course, the overtake burns off more fuel. And they're about to be lapped by their teammate, Taters, coming up. I think that possibly the big miscalculation a lot of these folks have been having is the overtake draining the fuel faster. Ray does go into the pits. It'll be new tyres as well. Good opportunity for the fresh tyres. Don't know if they'll be able to close in on Fury Cat up ahead. Might come under threat from Matthew, depending on proximity. Matthew through that final corner. I don't think Ray took on too much fuel. They're making their way out. Is Matthew on a different lap? Yes. Matthew is 1 lap back from Ray, but they're still close together on circuit. Matthew might try to unlap himself. Never mind, he's gone on the sand. That section has been so deadly. Volkhead, currently in the traditional Nukeshot Motorsport spot of P9. And St. Lyric about to be overtaken by Joe the Fire. Joe, oh, that was a very close call. Joe trying to make his way past. Oh, the anti-cut. There you see the bump, just sending St. Lyric wide. One of the braking markers has gone flying. I'm sure everyone at the circuit is very appreciative of that. Nine seconds is the gap between Joe and Alex at this stage. 1.5, 1.4, 1.3, 1.2, 1.1 even. Oh, there's been a big accident at the corkscrew, I think. Who's that up ahead? Who was that? I think it was Fury Cat. Let's see what happened here. So Fury Cat coming up to the corner just beforehand. Or was it St. Lyric, the car ahead? It looked like there was a little bit of contact or squabbling. Oh! And then trying to cross back up, that allowed St. Lyric back through. We're going to cut to this battle again. And Taters has managed to close in significantly on Mateus, only 1.9 back. Mateus using a lot of overtake. Who's doing the best for overtake at this stage? Alex has slowed significantly. What on earth happened there? Alex loses a position. Did he make a mistake on the corner before? We're gonna see by the power of replays. Yeah, look at this. Something bizarre happened. Oh yeah, he hit the wall on the outside. That allowed Mateus to go through. And nearly Taters as well. He holds that position at the moment. He's not got much overtake to fight with. Here comes Taters. Looks to the inside. Backs out of it. Oh, little bit of a nudge on the rear wing. Right up the gearbox. Looking to the inside. I think Taters has that one. Here it was again. Just slotting alongside. And the inside line is so crucial, as we often see 14.5. The gap at the head of the field. Joe seems comfortable. Will perhaps have a bit of difficulty with traffic again. You never know, but the tyres will definitely last, and he's got plenty of fuel on board. Using the last of his overtake. Oh, more contact. What is happening here? Volkhead down the inside. Little bit of a nudge. Sends Mateus wide. And Taters goes through. Oh, that could be one potentially for the stewards to look at. Volkhead. I don't think intentionally. Mind you, incidents never are. Just... Yep. Wasn't quite alongside, just nudged. Stopped Mateus from turning in, and that allowed Taters to get that position. And Taters is definitely in the best shape to maintain that second place. Mateus, those tyres are wearing down. And Alex, the mediums have lasted forever. Actually forever. We're into the last handful of laps here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca for the WeatherTech 100, the pre-season race of the Capital X NES IndyCar Series. Leave a like if you enjoyed the race so far. Consider subscribing for the full season. So Alex pretty much out of overtake. Mateus similar. Everyone's sort of running low. Chica-TC's got a decent bit, and they're on softs. Chica could catch up to 4th by the end of this, especially if there's more squabbling up the order. Fury Cat gets past a lap down Volkhead, who has driven off the side of the circuit. And what's happened there? Was that a disconnect? I think it was. That was bizarre. Can't change camera to them unfortunately because they've left. But St. Lyric also going off, getting a bit of airtime. Downforce not too much at lower speeds. Some of these corners. Whereas through the lights of there, Joe extremely planted and very much comfortable at the head of the field. Perhaps saving that last little bit of overtake for another push lap towards the end. I'm sure the fans would appreciate that one. But he's got 15.5 seconds in hand. He's sending a message to the field with this. Oh, just running a little bit wide goes Taters. The sun is beginning to set here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Track temperature will be going down. Wind has pretty much stayed the same. It's still 4.2 meters a second. It's blowing north. Mateus, I think he did pit too early. Those tyres shot, and especially the front right takes a lot of stick around this circuit, and it's allowing Alex on the mediums to close back in. This, I think, is going to be the main battle to watch in the closing laps, is if Alex is able to close back in. I think everyone else, oh, a bit of a mistake from Mateus, but I think everyone else is pretty much spread out. We're going to check in. Chico's in 5th. I don't think they've got enough laps to be able to catch up to the others. Fury Cat 6th, Ray 7th. Matthew in 8th and St. Lyric in 9th. So yep, it's going to be the battle for the final step on the podium. That's the one to watch. Seems to be a lot of random sparks there. Looks like there was an electrical issue with the steering wheel. Oh, I see. There's like a metallic like pole that's sticking up on the front of the car that's reflecting in the sun. That's what's going on there. Thought there might have been an issue. 2.6 seconds is the gap. Last time around is a 107.0 for Mateus and a 108.0 for Alex. The mediums are wearing down themselves, so that's going to be continually harder to deal with as well. It's not just a case of the softs wearing out. Don't know if Alex will be able to do this. He closes up a decent bit through that section, loses it again. 2.8, 107.3 that time around, 106.8 for Mateus. So Mateus did gain time. Two and a quarter laps to go for Joe of the Fire. He's got a little bit more traffic to negotiate perhaps, but he's through most of it. And what was a relatively calamitous starting stint has been salvaged through clever strategy and good use of the overtake system as well. He's used all of it up. Built up that 15-second lead. Plenty of fuel on board, tyres will last to the end. Looking all set. And Taters as well has been fighting up at the front all day. Car 98. Looking good for second, as there's someone that span off massively at the top of the circuit. Who on earth was that? I think it was Ray. This could be quite a big one. So, yep, Ray making the way through. Was it the anti-cut they clipped? No, they just ran wide. And that's the thing, where you got two wheels on the sand and two on the tarmac, that's when the car spins. If you've got all four on the sand, as they just about get out of the way of the car going through there. But yeah, if you've got all four on the sand, you're less likely to spin, because the friction difference isn't as great as if it's half and half. Joe of the Fire onto the final lap here then, as Alex has got ahead of Mateus. We've missed that one, unfortunately. As we was looking at the spinning incident, I'm gonna see if I can catch something of this. No, it was way early. So I'm guessing a mistake from Mateus. Joe of the Fire, one corner from home. It may be round zero, but it is certainly bragging rights and sends a message to the field. It is Joe of the Fire that wins at the WeatherTech 100 at Laguna, Seca. Congratulations to Joe. Taters about to cross the line, will get second place, and it's still a battle going into the corkscrew between Alex and Mateus. They're battling through this one. Will there be a last gasp lunge? He looks for it, can't quite get it. I think Alex is going to get this one. A close battle for the final step of the podium. Alex just gets it ahead of Mateus, 0.6 of a second in that one. Seca TC will round off the top 5. Good recovery drive there. Fury Cat will get 6th. Ray crossed the line in 7th. Matthew 8th. St. Lyric 9th. We've had 3 DNFs today. High attrition rate, but 9 at the flag. And it is, once again, Joe of the Fire, top of the standings. Let's save the replay. It's a nice green car as the thumbnail there. Here are your results. It was Joe of the Fire. Couldn't quite get it together in qualifying. A bit of a tricky start to the race, but managed to get it done in fantastic style. Has the fastest lap as well. 12-second gap over Taylor's in second, and Alex rounding out the podium narrowly from Mateus in fourth, Chica TC fifth, Fury Cat sixth, Ray Racer seventh, Matthew in eighth, Saint Lyric in ninth, Poctavian. Oh, what could have been for Poctavian? Extremely impressive. Of course, they were the pole sitter. Just going to have to hear from them on the Discord, of which there is a link to in the description. Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Poctavian. The 10th, then DNF. Jerome, also a DNF. 11th, and Volket 12th. I think those DNFs are the wrong way around, are they? I think Poctavian was the first DNF. No, I can't remember. Unfortunately, my memory has failed me once again. No surprises there. Well, what a race it's been. And given the circuit, I didn't expect there to be much in the way of good racing around here, given there's not too many long straights. It's always tricky to follow. But the circuit and the brutality of the curbs, I think, and the lack of room for error led to plenty of mistakes and plenty of overtaking from said mistakes. It was a great show, and I hope you've all enjoyed it. Round 1 of the season is going to be on June 1st. We're heading to the Daytona International Speedway road course for the Sunshine State 150. Weather is looking dry once again because it doesn't rain in America here. It's going to be an evening race. That's fascinating. Lower light conditions. 150 miles, of course. 39 laps. And we hope to see you there on June 1st. From all of us here at the Nukeshot Media Broadcast Centre, I've been your host, Okio, and we hope to see you there. If you've enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like, consider subscribing for the full season, and it's goodbye from us.